Hello and welcome to the Bench Podcast with me, George Bennett. Off to my right, we have the lovely Ethan Cunnison.
Thanks, Bennett, and hello to everyone. Hello.
We have the to my left, we have the not so lovely Alex King. Say hello, Alex.
It's not very nice, is it? Hello. Anyway.
Anyway, we're going to be starting off. We're going to be doing the Premier League reaction, and we'll cover all the games that were played in the last week. Was it last week or so? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll also be going through what we think could be the team of our generation. So basically, like from 1998 was where me and King were born then, and obviously you were.
Yeah, I'm the baby. 99.
Yeah, 99.
Yeah.
And
Sky.
Yeah.
If you're listening, we're nicking your idea, but we're doing our own version of it. So take that.
Sorry, mate.
Text the course.
Okay, and then we'll be going through our top 5 or top 3?
Top 5 Premier League, best Premier League teams
that we've witnessed. So anything before 98, don't even consider in that because we weren't born then. But now we'll start off with the Premier League review. So it was the first game.
Was on the Friday we were last recording, so it was Norwich v Leicester.
Well, I remember I predicted Leicester to win that quite comfortably, but
I said it was a draw, didn't I?
I don't think anyone suggested
Norwich
thought Norwich would win that. So
Leicester's struggling at the moment, and if they're not careful, they might be in a top 4 race again.
Well, they are in the top 4 race.
Yeah. Okay, basically, let's reword it. Obviously, they were comfortable, but if they lose another couple of games, and Chelsea win, Wolves, and they've got a couple of good fixtures coming up. I know United have got a couple of tough games, but they're on a decent run of form. If they can pick up a few points and Leicester don't win the next 2 games, they're back in it. So then there's more of a. I mean, it makes it more interesting for everyone then, but obviously for them it'd be very disappointing considering how well they started. And I think, if they did drop out, I think next season, for me, I could see Brendan Rodgers having the sack.
I don't think he'd be.
Here's a question for you: do you think third's up for grabs then?
At the moment, no. But I think by the end of the month, if we're within 6 points, I think possibly. But any team from at the moment 4th to about 11th could finish anywhere for me.
What? So
look how close.
I want to say 11th.
Look how close it is because there's about 8-9 points in it.
So you think Everton could get top 4?
Well, all it takes is if Everton have got Chelsea this weekend. How many points have Chelsea got? 45.
Well, to put this into context, not a lot of teams, but a few teams have got a game in hand. So Sheffield United have got a game in hand.
Exactly.
Arsenal got a game in hand. So
that could get potentially close. If Everton beat Chelsea this weekend, which is definitely possible,
then you could say something about Palace because they're only a point behind Everton. So that
they won't get in.
No, I'm just saying, but that was part of your argument.
Just had a new deal as well.
Roy
Hodgson, do you think that's a good point? Do you think they should stick
with him?
he's
kept him stable, hasn't he? He's kept him doing reasonably well, and I think that Palace.
It's his level. That is his level.
Palace for me, unless they get like a big investment, will always be like a mid-table team. They're not, they're too good to go down. But
do you know what I see Crystal Palace are like? Remember Newcastle not back in the day, but like with Demba Ba days and
Alan Pardew, the French Revolution they called it.
I was going to sneeze, but I'm
not. Oh god. The French Revolution, they're all like French players and French-speaking players,
They're just one of those teams that like one season they'll come 7th.
They'll get Europa League.
14th.
They're not consistent at the end of the day. Like I look at the squad really and like what X factor players do they really?
Well, they've been relying for years on Wilfried Zaha, but now he started. Yes, I would say he's been poor this season.
This season has been poor since.
Forever. Not forever.
He has it. Last 2-3 seasons.
You only saying that because he was a United reject. So.
Yeah. No, like, when he came to United, like I wanted him to do well. I remember that season like really clearly. Like Zaha, Zaha signed as we just said. Januzaj was on his way up. And like it was like I remember it was them two, the youth prospects coming in, and at that time, obviously David Moyes had a problem with Zaha and Januzaj.
Well, I just think that I was annoyed that Zaha wasn't played, but obviously like I think the last 2 or 3 seasons, I think he's gone he's played well, and I think he really wants to move away. But this season, he just hasn't happened.
Well, yeah,
for
because
him.
there was Arsenal linked with him. I think Everton were linked with him at one point.
I think his time's gone.
Yeah, I think he does. I think
he's missed the boat. To be fair.
So here's a question for you though: if Zaha stayed at United, where do you think he'd be?
I think it'd be even worse.
Do you think?
You never really gave him the opportunity in Moyes' only season.
No.
So I mean, it could have been worse for him. To be fair, I mean, to be fair to me, he's been linked with these big clubs last summer. So that's the max he'll probably get. Really now.
Obviously,
we'll go back to Norwich.
Obviously this quick game as a quick sum up. Norwich, I think it was a very good result for them, and this. If they can get another win or two, I think they could possibly sneak back into the chance.
6 points.
They could do. That's doable.
I've said this before about Norwich. I think I think they're the best team currently. That's been bottom of the Premier League. So money wise, they haven't got a lot of money.
Yeah.
But with the resources they have, the youth development that they've had, players like Todd Cantwell, Max Aarons, Jamal Lewis, etc. They've got like a
Buendia. I think Buendia's like 22,
Buendia. Yeah, he's got something, and it's like
as well.
Yeah, and it's a good like. It'd be good for if they got relegated. That'd be a team to keep in the Championship.
You need to be careful because
I know a lot of them might leave. Yeah,
I just don't know that much about the Championship. We're not as educated as other people, but Championship quality. It's for me. It's like going up. Because you've got Leeds. Leeds are in the race now. They've got
West Brom
are struggling.
Fulham
struggling. They're top of the
second.
Yeah, but I do think when they do get promoted to Premier League, I think they'll struggle.
I know they're top of the league, but recently they've been struggling.
But then there's Fulham. Fulham have got a good team. Mitrovic is possibly the best striker outside of the Premier League.
Forest as well.
Forest got an interesting team.
I would like to see Forest come back up. Actually, to be fair, they're a team I would like to see come up.
Well, if Leeds and Forest come back up, they're two like. They were big teams back in the day.
Man United versus Leeds, that'll be good.
I say this now, we're getting a bit off topic, but obviously, Minky, you Man United fans, if any listeners are just watching.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think Leeds has got in their locker to beat us, very comfortably.
It'll be quite a passionate game when they come, when it's back.
No, Leeds would not.
Have you seen Leeds play? They've got some really good players, and
Bielsa's not a bad manager.
Bielsa's a legend in the game.
So you think if Leeds come up, played Man United
they give you a game, definitely.
They wouldn't.
They would.
Seriously.
George, we beat Derby. Comfortably last night.
Leeds are miles better than Derby.
Derby?
Yeah,
Derby. They rely on Wayne Rooney, and he's like, 35, 36? He's on his last legs, kid.
He's okay.
If they play well against United.
My Football Manager Derby team's better than that one. I'm telling you now.
So you think Leeds... Alright, so if Leeds played Chelsea, then you'd think Leeds would give Chelsea a game then?
I think they would,
I think they would. Well, Chelsea's not, Chelsea
that's not special.
Anyway, we'll wait for that.
Going back to Norwich,
Norwich.
Well, I think that just conclude it and just say good result.
Good result for Norwich. They have an outside chance of maybe staying up. FA Cup, obviously, they got their win over Tottenham as well, and it's been a good week for them.
They got us in the next round.
It's been a good week for Norwich, to be fair. So we're going to move on to... actually, we were talking to Palace earlier. To the big derby around that region. Brighton Palace. Palace won 1-0. I think it was Jordan Ayew scored that one.
Shit game.
Well, one goal was scored. Yeah, I mean, it obviously wasn't that exciting.
They're just one of those teams that's like... I think both of them are just... meh.
Well, Brighton could be pulled into the relegation. So, as I say, they haven't won a game. They still haven't won a game since last year. Yeah, No, it was before that because they haven't won in 2020.
Was Newcastle Burnley 0-0? Was it they played last week? It was.
Yes, it was 0-0.
Yeah, I told you. What did I say a few weeks ago? 0-0. Two long ball, no initiative football teams.
Rangan, we'll get on to them in a minute because we've got Karen with Palace Brighton now. So yeah, Brighton starting to struggle a bit now. I mean. Obviously, when we last recorded a podcast, they had more of I think they were in more of a positive situation. Now it's been a bit darker for them.
They need to be really careful because they've got a really tough run of games. Got Wolves next.
That's the day recording. Tomorrow they've got Wolves.
On Saturday you got Arsenal on. The weekend after that.
Well, the thing is, I know
United after that.
I know Brighton got tough games, but Wolves is bogey teams. Brighton.
Are they?
I thought it was Huddersfield when they lost back
yeah,
to
well,
back.
well, teams in the league now.
Everyone's got that bogey team.
Brighton, they always seem to get a result against them.
No, that was Jordan Ayew's. He's done all right. He's done okay for Palace. He's not going to be a regular goal scorer for them. But
I can see Jordan Ayew doing pretty decent in the Championship. I do.
I think he wants to stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, obviously in the Championship he'd do it. But
I think I can.
He wants to stay in the Premier League though, because he's been Palace's the closest thing they've had to a main man.
Yeah, they do need that main striker.
They need better than that than him, obviously. But
Okay, then next.
So we'll move on to Bournemouth Chelsea. That was
what did I say?
The 2-2. I can't remember what I predicted for that.
Me and Bennett said draw. I remember.
Oh no, okay, yeah.
I think I said 1-1. I think you did actually say 2-2.
Did I?
I said 3-0.
Or the other way around.
I said 3-0 Chelsea.
Yeah.
What did you say?
3-0 Chelsea.
Oh well, I was completely wrong. So
yeah, but look at the four Bournemouth run before that. They were literally on nothing.
So from looking at it, it was Marcus Alonso got 2 goals, and Lerma and Josh King got the Bournemouth goals. So Chelsea's strike force is looking a bit depleted.
Yeah, like I remember back in January when Chelsea started to get linked with all these strikers. At the top of my head, they were linked with Cavani, Werner,
Moussa Dembele.
Igalo.
They weren't with Igalo. They weren't.
They were.
Okay, according to Kingy
Igalo. Kingy sources.
Mertens, they were linked for a bit.
Well,
and I was thinking,
how do you know they were linked with him? He was mentioned.
There was no credible news source that said. There's no credible news source that said that.
BBC Sports said it.
What, on the rumours page?
Yeah.
I mean, that just tells everything. That just tells you everything.
It's still a link, and I didn't see it mentioned.
What, from caught offside? Oh, there's no sponsorship there now.
But yeah, they're linked with a lot of strikers. And I was thinking, and I didn't get any. And I was thinking, why are they linked to all these strikers? Like, Tammy Abraham's banged in a few. They've got Giroud. And for me,
a solid option.
Giroud is a proven goal scorer.
Maybe not now.
Not
now.
Giroud will get you goals.
I do rate Giroud, but he's not a proven guy. He's good off the bench, so maybe add a bit like extra for your team. He's not a consistent goal scorer.
He's good but Chelsea should play him.
Well, they have been playing him, to be fair.
I think Giroud should be there.
They have been playing him, I think.
He's better than Batshuayi. Batshuayi's poor. Well, he's all right, but he's
I can see Batshuayi. I don't think the Premier League is right. I can see him doing well in like a Syria. You know how Lukaku.
We never really settled on it because he signed from Marseille, didn't he?
Yeah, and he was banging him in Marseille.
He couldn't settle under Conte or Sarri. Wasn't he loaned out under Sarri or?
Yeah, to Dortmund.
Yeah, you're right.
He was banging him in Dortmund as well.
He did right, yeah. Did right in the Bundesliga.
I think the Premier League's right for him.
Bundesliga will be good for him, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in the Bundesliga. Like, maybe then, obviously, if he gets a game, I think that's what he actually needs.
That could be a replacement for Werner.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, same way.
I think, to be fair, for Batshuayi, someone like him, he'd be good at like in the Bundesliga, like having a season on loan or with anything, and just developing his game, playing week in, week out. And if he gets a few goals, I think he can come back to the Prem and play.
I see. You say that, but I think I am very sure that Batshuayi is like 26.
Yeah, I know, but I agree. I know. Obviously, I know that, but ultimately, like, if he was to go away for a season and he'd get like game time for a season, so he's constantly playing. You know, if he can then maybe come back to a team, and start playing again in the Premier League, he could do it. The thing is, it's all about confidence and game time.
I see what you mean, but
for a club like Chelsea, they can't afford to be keeping players like back and like hoping they develop into good players. Yeah, like Abraham's developed into that, but Batshuayi hasn't, so they'll probably just sell him on.
Yeah, but you need to think to yourself, like, arguably, over different positions are different. So you've got outfield positions. Outfield positions, you do tend to hit your prime around 28, and if he's 26 and hasn't hit his prime yet, I think that's a bit scary.
But, quick review on the game, because we've got a few things to get through. It's a good result for Bournemouth. 2-2, wasn't expecting it. I think Marcus Alonso offers Chelsea going forward, but defensively I think he's poor. But he's one of those players where you've got to decide whether you want him to play, because you could play someone like Emerson, who's probably better defensively, but maybe not going.
They need a left back.
Yeah, they do need a left back, but ultimately Marcus Alonso, like, going forward, he's a good finisher of the ball. He's a good strike.
But at the end of the day, like, if you look back to Conte, that was his main job, being like a wing back.
Because he's good at set pieces as well. He could pop up with a couple of goals. Yeah.
Going forward, he's actually good at finishing. It's just defensively, he's not.
That's the most important thing
exactly,
of a left back, really.
That's it. That's what you got to think. What you want as a
I know,
manager.
Obviously, in the modern it's in not the modern footballing world. It's like obviously attacking as a fullback has become more important. But at the end of the day, you need to learn to defend as well. Go on, you can. Sorry.
But but obviously, like saying what I said, but obviously, they do need a left back. But for the time being, who would I get?
Yeah.
Little
inside scouting knowledge.
To be honest with you, if I think ultimately, if I was Chelsea, someone like, I'd say like a Luca Digne for Chelsea would be
could be an option. Yeah.
You know what? I think that's a good shout.
Not bad. Yeah, it's not bad shout, to be fair.
I know Chilwell's been linked with Chelsea.
Yeah,
but I think a lot of
clubs want Chilwell.
I don't think he'll leave Leicester this season. But
well, like I've heard, like I've listened to other podcasts, I know that they've been saying that Chelsea's in for Chilwell, Spurs, Man City are in for.
I think who else they could get. I mean, you got Digne.
You know what? I'll take Benjamin Mendy off City. You know, I think you could get Benjamin Mendy off City.
He's a lost cause. He's a lost cause for me.
He doesn't rate him at all.
Seriously,
I think he's dreadful.
Mendy? He's not dreadful. I think he's okay.
I know. Do you know what?
It says a lot when you're playing Alexander Zinchenko, who's actually a left winger by trade as a left back.
But I think
it tells a lot about Benjamin Mendy.
But it is kind of injury prone.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Do you know what it is with Guardiola and fullbacks? I've noticed a lot of his time he rotates them constantly.
Because Cancelo, you'd think he'd play like a lot this season.
Class. I don't know why they don't.
Do you know it's a shout for Chelsea? Marcelo.
Yeah, he's a bit old. Isn't
he? Yeah, he's getting a bit. Don't look for young players, won't they?
But the thing is, though, Chelsea need that experience.
But obviously. But obviously regarding that game, decent result for
well.
Chelsea,
I mean, I think from looking at the table, they're in 18th, but I think that was because of another fixture that's come up. So we'll get on to that a bit later. So we'll might as well go on to Newcastle, Burnley then.
This can be summed up.
Quick, yeah.
This can be summed up very quickly. Two teams that don't play good football. Burnley, I know they're picking up points, but obviously now I think because a lot of teams are tiring out from playing a better football and now starting to get more tired. This is where Burnley will start to come strong because they can play a more physical game. Newcastle they got a decent, scored a few goals in the week against West Brom in the cup, but they haven't scored in 4 Premier League games. I think from at the time of recording, and I think Bruce tried to change the formation. I think he switched to a 4-4-2 that week.
Yeah.
Because I think Dwight Gale came back into the team, and I think they tried to accommodate him more. And I think from defensively they seem to still do well, but despite having less 4 at the back.
But they're going to, aren't they? Because ultimately, just both teams really, they're just constantly focused on defence mainly. Yeah. And if it is, most of their goals come from set pieces. I mean, the only person I can really see creating in Burnley is mainly McNeil.
For Newcastle, I'd say maybe
Almiron.
Maybe St Maximan.
Yeah, that's it. And then they're mainly better on the counter attack. What they'll probably play because they're just more defensive teams. But obviously this game not much really. I said this will be a bit of a boring game because two teams just like to defend mainly.
Both Burnley probably won't get top 4. Well,
top 4.
So not top 4. I meant European football.
God.
Newcastle will just stay.
If Burnley get top 4, the Champions League would be so boring.
So
it'd be funny though.
So think about it though. So with Man City may or may not be getting Champions League football because of the whole financial fair play. So that means 5th would get the Champions League.
I think that's what's going to be happening.
Meaning that 6th would get the confirmed Europa League place,
and 7th
would get the other Europa League place because Man City won the
League Cup.
So 7th could get a Europa League place. So
currently, what would that be now? Like who's 7th currently? So that would be Tottenham. They'd get it at the time of recording. Whether or not that will happen, who knows? We'll get on to Tottenham later on. Next up, we'll go West Ham Southampton 3-1.
That's a big win for West Ham.
Big win for West Ham, considering the fact the run of games they've got. So they need you to win it. I still think they're in trouble because I know. Okay, defensively, they definitely have issues defensively.
Yeah, they've got poor defence.
They need to pick up at least if in this period of games. They need to try and pick up a victory.
Let's
and a
go
few
through one of
points.
the games then.
Well, I mean, for West Ham, Bowen scored his first goal for the club, so that would be a big moment for him. Obviously, big money signing from Hull.
So
and Haller also scored. He's been poor this season, Haller.
yeah,
And he came with a lot of reputation.
you know what? I can see Haller being one of those players that if he just stayed at West Ham, I think could have a championship season because the championship's not bad. It's not.
Yeah, but not many professionals want to get relegated and play in the Championship. You want to be playing the Premier League every week because that's the big league
What
in
I was
England,
going to
obviously.
say, so.
And Antonio for West Ham, the other one.
Oh, you want to go back on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going through the
So what I was going to
goal
say
scorers as well.
is looking at because there's not that much games left over. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got 10 games left. How many points do you think West Ham can get out of those 10? Because arguably they've got the hardest running out of most teams.
Well, at the time of recording, tomorrow they're playing Arsenal. That'd be no one really who knows what Arsenal team will turn up against them.
13 points.
You got them Wolves. That'll be a lot tougher. They've been on a good run this season.
13 points, honestly.
How many wins there? That's like 4 or 5 wins.
3 wins, 4 draws.
3 wins, 4. Okay, so Tottenham.
So you think they'll be unbeaten?
No, I never said unbeaten. That's not.
West Ham, the unbeatable West Ham. Oh yeah.
They're not unbeaten. I said 13
Okay, so
points.
if I'm going to quickly sum it up, Arsenal, I'd say they can get a draw out of that.
No.
Wolves they'll struggle.
Wolves they'll lose. Spurs, I can see a draw out of that. Chelsea,
I can see Chelsea win. Yeah.
I don't know.
Newcastle, I can see West Ham getting a win out of that. Burnley, I can see West Ham getting a win out of that.
Norwich, you'd expect them to beat Norwich.
Yeah.
Watford will be tough. That'll be a
Watford,
6-pointer towards the end of the season.
United depends like Arsenal.
And Villa.
It depends what team.
Villa on the final day.
And Villa, you know what?
That could be tight game.
Like top 4, which I do think will go down to the final day.
Relegation, yeah.
I think relegation or not the bottom 3, but I think some teams
bottom
in
2.
yeah.
Because I think even I know we said Norwich have a chance, but I still think they're down and out now.
Anyway.
So yeah, West Ham, good win for them. It gives them a bit of confidence in the next game against Arsenal.
Just momentum at the end of the day.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Wow.
Now, finally, I mean, I predicted we'd get the win, but it's finally over. The big result. Liverpool finally lose a game after, was it 44? I think it was 44, wasn't it, in the end?
There's only one, Ismail Assar.
Arsenal fans, the plans at the moment to
Arsenal fans
get a trophy of Sarr.
cleaning themselves up because they've been probably on the verge of shitting themselves. But now it's all over. Their record's safe. We lost 3-0 to Watford in a pretty crap game from us.
You know what? I was at work when the game was on, and I was thinking, God, if Watford just nick this. But you know what? I hate to be biased, but of course I'm going to be biased. You know, Watford actually dominated you.
Yeah, did you? I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, me, Kingy, my dad watched it at a pub like close to us.
They had more chances possession. Liverpool had more, but they didn't do much of it.
I think they were shocked, and you know what? I said a couple of episodes ago. I thought Burnley.
Yeah, you did. I remember
was
you
going to
said
be
that. Yeah.
the team, but
It's
it was
Watford.
always. I think it was always going to be. No offense to Watford, a smaller team to beat you.
Yeah, I mean,
because
what
at
can
the
you
end of the
say?
day, Liverpool haven't blitzed like.
we have blitzed teams this year. I know you say this every week, but we have. There are times where we have blitzed teams. Not as much as what you think. Yeah,
exactly.
I admit that.
And
yeah,
the way you should, but
it doesn't always work like that though.
But I think, snatching wins, those 1 wins that you talked about.
Yeah.
You can only go so far, and that's what I've always said. Even though Liverpool will probably win the league, I knew for certain that they wasn't going to go unbeaten because getting those 1-0s, those 2-1s can only go so far.
Yeah, I thought that actually might, to be fair, because of the but obviously not going to happen.
It just happens. Whatever happens, it will not take away the fact that we've been brilliant this season. I won't hear anything else said about it. We've still beaten every single team in the league at least once this season. It's still something to be proud of. Whatever. I'm still believe we'll go on to win the league.
But does that But what does that say? Does that say that you've been a great team? Or does that say that everyone else has been bad?
No, I still think we've been a great team.
They have been good. No, you can't deny they haven't been good. And even
It's what it is. It's just.
I'd just love to see.
It was gonna either way.
Obviously, we'll link on to what we talk about later on. But if you're gonna compare this Liverpool, like on paper, yeah, this Liverpool team's a great team. But if you're gonna look at the way they're playing, if you're gonna link that towards like a Man City of last year, a couple of years from that, God, I think that blitz Man City would just. That team
I don't think. Well, it's what it is anyway. Yeah, I admit it was a crap game from us.
Do you see?
We just need to pick ourselves up against Bournemouth. As time of recording tomorrow.
Do you see if there's any? Do you think if there's any other games that you think you could lose points on?
Well, hang on. There's still 4 more games. If we still win 4 more games, the league's won.
No, yeah, exactly.
So after we've got Bournemouth obviously tomorrow, which I expect we need to beat Watford. I think we will. We'll leave Champions League because that's a different ball game altogether. We've got Everton, who they always have tight games against Everton.
Sure. Still got City, didn't they?
Yeah, well, that'll be the game we might win the league at though. So Palace, we should beat Palace.
Well,
that was years ago. The team's completely different now.
Win.
I think we can.
No one knows what you're talking about.
I think we can beat City. I think we can beat City.
No, I'll draw or defeat.
I think I have confidence in my
City as well.
It shows how far we've come that like one result doesn't upset me because back in the day when we were that bad, and like say Brendan Rodgers and the early days under Klopp, I'd have like I'll be down, I'll be devastated about every result, like every loss, and I'll be like, oh, will we get back against this team or it's a lower league team? Will we be able to beat them? But this season, I think this season's proved that when we get back on form, like when we're on form, we can be a fantastic team.
Okay.
And I have every confidence we can do it. So I'll stop that. Hang on, I'm hosting this. I could carry on. Anyway, we'll go to the mid-table, well, the top 4 battle heating up again. Everton, Man United, a 1-1 draw, and it shows that I think goalkeeping errors. I think was the main part of this game.
You know what? I think it's back to what I've said a couple of episodes back.
You've had enough of De Gea, have you?
No. Like
I was going to Kingy because I remember what happened last time.
I was going to say, to start next season.
No. But the thing is though, like, David De Gea, fact, has made 7 errors, this season.
Look how many
7
points.
errors.
Joint full enough with Jordan Pickford.
Exactly.
As well,
yeah.
That was the start of Sky.
Wait, so if people are saying about Jordan Pickford that he shouldn't be England's number 1, why should David De Gea be Man United's number 1?
Man United's number 1?
Yeah.
Because ultimately he makes saves in games still this season that have kept us in games. Like against, literally, straight after he made that mistake against Everton, Calvert-Lewin went right at the other end and De Gea made a great save. Look at the one at the end he made.
Then you could say something about Jordan Pickford who made that double save right at the end.
Yeah, I know, but Pickford...
But let's say this now, though. King, we all know that you're all about stats.
Yeah.
You are the stat man of the group.
Dean Henderson, stat for stat, this season is better than David De Gea.
Doesn't mean say he's a better goalkeeper, because he hasn't done it over seasons and seasons.
Well, okay. Last season, it was Sheffield United's player of the season. The season, I think it was Sheffield United's player of the season 2 seasons in a row.
David De Gea. So you think Dean Henderson is better than David De Gea as a goalkeeper?
This season, yeah.
Just overall as a goalkeeper.
I think it could be. And for me, being a United fan,
I'm not involved in this.
No, for me being a United fan, I would prefer to have potential over someone who's starting to, because for me
he's not. It's just he's in a bad part. He's 27, 8 years old.
He was poor last season.
He wasn't. He was not. Only
yes,
for the last couple of games he was. Not for the.
For me, Kingy, this is me being completely honest. I think David Gea is on his decline.
Oh, big words
and
there.
If by the time next season, he just keep making the same mistake. Yeah,
we'll make a note of this. Make a note of this one then.
I put my hands, but I honestly think David De Gea was on his decline. And if we're gonna be like Man United, as like how we are, when we get players on the decline, they either get out or they're on the bench.
Or they just stay there for a long period of time and they stay the World Cup, like Ashley Young.
In the top
No,
5.
the Man United of old.
He's still in the top 5 best keepers in the world. I'm sorry.
You know what? I don't think he is at the
Yes,
moment.
he is. Yes, of course he is. You got
We're doing this again.
You got Alisson, you got Ter Stegen, Oblak, David De Gea.
That's 4th.
And then 5th, who'd I say is 5th? Probably.
I think Thibaut Courtois done well this season at Real Madrid.
No.
I'm sorry, King. Like, honestly, it's pains me to say because David Hayes, over his career, has been brilliant, but I think he's on the decline.
I felt the same about Pepe Reina when he was on his way out. He was poor in his last season at Liverpool.
It happens to players, but honestly, he's on the decline. And
sometimes it happens quicker than others as well.
Yeah, and the same as like how Lukaku wasn't terrible for United, but there were some areas of his game that was just poor, and they get highlighted when they make mistakes.
All right, fair enough. If this time next season De Gea's performing badly, fair enough. I agree then.
But you know what though? I think if we're going to be serious, and if the players that I think that we're linked to at the moment, if those players go through, we did the strongest team possible, and I don't think De Gea is in that strong team. I
mean, obviously, well, we had about Jordan Pickford made another error, but that was when Fernandes scored his goal. He should have done a lot better with that save. I mean, I've said it before in the past. I don't rate Jordan Pickford. And I do think if you are going to think about Euros, it is Dean Henderson you take over Pickford. But either way, Pickford shouldn't be the goalkeeper to start. And from what I've heard, I know Gareth Southgate likes Pickford, but I think he's got to make a wrong decision.
That first goal Everton scored, yes, I know it was De Gea's fault, but that ball literally could have gone anywhere. So it was a lucky goal to go in the back of the net.
You should have been watching though. You got as a keeper to watch where you are.
For me, Day is taking too much time.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. It was his fault, but that ball could literally go anywhere. It could literally gone to the corner flag. It could have gone anywhere.
But it didn't. No.
I know, but it's still a lucky goal. You're telling me a goal that you jump up in the air, you don't expect it to hit you there. But yes, I agree. It was his fault. But at the end, he made a fantastic save to keep us in the game.
Oh yeah. And just to finish off for United, I got a question: should that goal counted? Yes or no?
No, because he was in an offside position.
I think it should have.
How?
I don't know how he can still see from there.
You know what?
Doesn't matter.
He's on the floor and he could see over him.
I said this at work. I think
he could have got off.
I think I see why it was disallowed.
Yeah.
But it's a really shame for Everton that it was disallowed.
Exactly.
Not really. He had so much time to get up off the floor and get back on side.
I see why it was disallowed, but
no, he just stayed there.
It's a real shame that it was.
Every single pundit in that Sky Sports said it was should have been disallowed. Even Graham Souness did it. Person biased towards Liverpool most of the time.
He's not biased. Well, he's not. But
Roy Keane, who constantly is quite critical of Man United, even he said it was offside.
He's biased to Man United?
No, he's not.
He is. Is he?
No, he's not.
Yes, he
Last
is.
Season,
he isn't.
Last season, when Man United were playing so poorly against Liverpool, Man City, he ripped into Man United. So did Gary Neville. They all did.
Gary Neville doesn't hold back.
So does Roy Keane doesn't hold back. Roy Keane's not bothered what he said.
I know that, but anyway, this isn't the Man United podcast.
That goal.
Right, we move on to the Man United podcast.
Should have been was rightly disallowed because he had so much time to get up and get back on side. Every single pundit said inside.
Today.
We just stop. Isn't
That's the end of it. Draw was a fair result.
It was a fair result, but yeah, carry on.
Anyway.
Wolverhampton
Wanderers, Tottenham are rubbish.
2, Mourinho out.
What do we think of Tottenham? Let's go again.
We're a family-friendly podcast, Benny.
Wolves play well.
Tottenham have got no recognised striker up front, and
have you heard?
Go on.
Harry Kane's thinking of leaving Spurs. You know.
Where was that? Where have you heard that from?
Duncan Castles.
And the name rings a bell, but what?
He's a reliable source.
Who'd he go to? I mean, you got Madrid, maybe. You got
Juve,
PSG.
But
money.
I think it's either he wants a fat contract, which is probably like
or trophies. But they don't get trophies either.
More likely, but I think that is that part of that. I think he might move away, you know. And you know what? I think that's probably the best thing.
I think he needs to move on. Tottenham's holding him back.
I think that could help both parties.
It's like Aubameyang at Arsenal.
Yeah.
The clubs are holding them back from achieving their full potentials in their careers, and so I mean Tottenham ended up losing 3-2. Wolves, the best team outside. I'd say they're the best team outside of the main top 7. I'd say. So that's like Liverpool,
Wolves
City.
top 7?
Wolves are better than shit. Wolves are better.
No, hang on. You've got Liverpool, you've got Chelsea, Arsenal, City. Arsenal, they're kind of in that.
Yeah. History-wise,
United, Tottenham, and
Wolves.
I'll tell you.
Okay, right.
Liverpool and Man City. Better than Wolves.
That's obvious.
Chelsea squad, Man United squad, Spurs squad, Arsenal squad, Leicester squad. All those are just as good as Wolves. They are. The first team squad is just as good as Wolves. Wolves is as good.
First team squad
is as good as Man United. As good as Arsenal's.
I think the only teams that Wolves' first team squad is better than, for me, Leicester, Arsenal, and Chelsea.
But you think it's better?
It's better than Man United as well.
Yeah, I don't think.
Okay, it's not better. Sorry, it's the same as Man United.
I'd say it's on par. Yeah.
It's on par. That's why the games we play with Wolves are
and it shows that one signing, Bruno Fernandes, can change that really. Because if we didn't have Bruno Fernandes, I'd say, God, Wolves are miles ahead of United.
But I know what you mean, but I mean, possession-wise, Wolves didn't have that much possession. Strangely, well, I mean, it was an away game, but like
Wolves
to hit them on the counter.
Wolves are not a possession-based team.
Well, no, they're not. But like, you think they'd have more than 34%?
You know what?
Doesn't matter.
I was listening.
I don't know, but it also didn't matter. Yeah, I admit that because they won 3-2. But
just a quick, we are taking a bit of a while, but just to finish on though. Like, Spurs don't have a philosophy at the moment, and with Mourinho brings his philosophy. Why is a Mourinho team that's Mourinho's known for that defensive football?
Mm-hmm.
Why is Mourinho conceding two goals in the game?
3. They're always conceding goals.
Not 2.
Yeah, but
no,
in this game
in particular, it's 2.
Because they're defensively not good enough.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Sergio
Spurs are paying for what they've in the past for not trying to replace Vertonghen or the Weireld, Danny Rose, and all those sorts of players. They're still they're there from like 2015.
Alderweireld's okay. Vertonghen's.
Yeah, but age can catch up to players.
I know that. I agree. Alderweireld's okay now. Vertonghen for me is past his best. Sergio Aurier is not good enough. Who's left back? Ben Davies.
He's just bang average, you know.
Average. Tanganga. I heard from a few Wolves players, Wolves fans. Like I know that went to the game. Apparently, he's not good at all. He's just a bit. He's okay.
He's a youth player. You got to give him time.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's 21. That's
okay.
Yeah, it's his first proper season in Premier League football.
He's got time to develop as a player, possibly. But at the moment, he seems to be struggling. But ultimately, for me, Mourinho, I think he's just
like, he's a dinosaur. I'm saying that now.
Like again, it's one of those. Like I don't think you get it, but you got to give him time. You need to give him a transfer window.
I think clubs need to stop hiring Mourinho now. Everyone knows how good he has been in the past. Everyone knows the trophies he's won.
But you can't really.
It's just time for him to like either. I think it's either time for him to either retire or to maybe try something completely different and maybe start say from a lower Premier League team and maybe see what he can do with that.
MLS.
Or
PSG.
I think Mourinho.
You have the money to spend then.
I think the best thing Mourinho could do is we need to finish off, but the best thing Mourinho could do is take 2-3 years out,
like and find a project.
Look at his philosophy, adapt his philosophy, and bring it in.
And go again for one more run at the top. I mean, obviously you don't take things away from Wolves either, and it was a good win for them. The only worry I have for Wolves is a lot of their players are going to get poached. I think in the summer. Neves, I think, could get poached. Jimenez, yeah. No. Cody, maybe even Jota as well, maybe.
Oh, I leave Wolves.
But
There's
people be in for them.
I mean, even Matt Doherty. I think like an Arsenal could get him, or maybe even Tottenham.
Why would Matt Doherty leave Wolves when Wolves are just as good as Arsenal?
Yeah, King, we're not saying that they're going to leave Wolves, but I think
just examples. I'm not saying they will, but like
Wolves have just got as much money as Arsenal.
More money, I'd say.
Wolves are more richer than Arsenal. Wolves are a bigger club than Arsenal.
What?
Yeah.
That is a controversial opinion.
Wolves are a bigger club than Arsenal. Sorry, I don't.
History-wise, you know what? I'd probably agree. You know,
Arsenal.
Wolves are a big team.
Wolves never gone unbeaten, have they?
Yeah,
And they've had play like Henri before, have they?
Yeah, because Wolves only recently have started on a big investment of money.
But yeah,
Arsenal have been. Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
anyway,
that's for another time. But yeah, obviously a good result for Wolves. Real good chance of possibly getting to the top 4 this weekend if they beat Brighton with other tough games for teams around them. But anyway,
I think I could get top 4.
do you want to do the predictions on the week after, or do you think we've got the time? Or
maybe at the end. We'll have a look at the end.
yeah, we'll do a quick one at the end. Yeah.
So anyway, we want to get to now see what we think are the best teams of our generation. Obviously, there's some big. There's a lot of competitors for this. Teams that obviously have had some really great seasons.
So just to put this into context.
Actually, once again, we must stress this is from 1998 onwards. We weren't born before that year, so any team before that doesn't count in this.
So in this, you could. There's so many teams you could point out. You've got teams such as United's 99 treble team. You've got Arsenal's Invincibles. You've got Chelsea 2004-5.
The City Centurions, which is I feel sick saying that.
Just quickly do it. So from our generation, I'm doing 98-99 because yeah. So you got Man United.
What are you doing? Why are you sucking your drink then? You weirdo.
So you got Man United. You got Arsenal. You got Chelsea. You've got City.
Leicester could be like a special one.
Right, best team.
And
ever.
Oh,
say Liverpool of the last seasons. They're unlucky to not
honestly
catch up City.
We're doing Premier League winners.
The
best Premier League team.
You know what is a really underrated team? There's a Derby County team with 2000.
That's not underrated. They're just shit.
What a tally of 11 points.
So we're gonna do our top 5 best teams. Who's gonna start?
So I will start.
I need to think.
Actually, no. Do any of you two want to start first before, or do you?
Go on, you can start. I need to think.
Ethan, okay.
So, for me, 5th, looking at this team, I think 5th would be Chelsea's team of 04-05, Mourinho's first season in the Premier League. Big players that back then they had Lampard, Drogba,
Johnson.
The list goes on.
Jeremy. Jeremy, the Cameroonian midfielder. Sick.
Jeremy.
Exactly. What a reference.
But for me,
yeah,
like Mourinho. Obviously, we speak earlier in the podcast, like Bennett saying Mourinho's a dinosaur. Mourinho was that new manager coming in, and he
was a breath of fresh
flicked
air,
a switch for a lot of players. And you know what? I think he changed the Premier League for the better, and he put Fergie. He had to think on his toes.
We know he didn't win. Well, United didn't win the league for 3 seasons.
Yeah,
I'm going to say this now. From 2004 to 2014, 10 years, Mourinho was the best manager in the Premier League.
He was in the Premier League for that time. Bear in mind, he was at Real Madrid and Inter Milan.
The one that had been in that top over those times, I think he was the best one.
So hang on, 1, 2.
Yeah, look at only.
So 4 seasons. Well, no, 3 because he got sacked in 2007.
Mate, he was.
So 3 seasons.
He was class.
Okay, but yeah. So 5th, I'd say Chelsea, as I just said. 4th, I would say Man United's team 99. Honestly,
your treble winning team.
Yeah.
Why would you put that 4th?
Okay, I disagree. But
3rd, I'd say Arsenal's Invincibles.
What?
2nd, I'd say Man United's 08-09 team. Then I'd say
that one.
It hurts me to say, but Manchester City's 17.
They call the Centurions, didn't they?
17-18 season when they got 100 points. That's my.
Well, not last season's one.
When was the one that had 100 points? Was it the season before that?
2017-18.
Yeah, that team.
Okay.
Who wants to go next, George? Me, you?
I'll go next. I mean, I know I'll have to put a United one in there, which pains me. I mean,
you're not spoilt for choice.
Hang on, can I put the Liverpool team of this season because we're all about to win the league? Because We're about to win
Do
it.
what you want. It's your
Okay.
opinion.
That's the only Liverpool reference will be in this. I know it's Premier League winners, but we are about to win the league. We are about to win the league.
Okay, I'll give it you then.
Okay, so
It'll be actually really interesting to see where you'd put
yeah, okay.
this
No.
Liverpool team in
That's what he
this
has to
generation.
say.
I
don't
mean,
think it's
okay,
even touching it.
fifth, I agree. I'd say. I'm trying to think. Fifth, I'd say is the Chelsea team that you mentioned before. I'd say that was a key moment for Chelsea. I mean, when their owners came in, they got all that money. That was the first proper ownership with all that money, and it obviously worked for them, and they ended up dominating the league for 2 seasons. So that one's fifth. Fourth, I would say. I'd say 08-09. Sorry, your Man United team when you beat us to the title.
Okay.
I mean, obviously because that was the one where you equalled our league title record, which was as it was then 18. So it was a significant moment for United because you finally caught up with us. We had some tight games during that season, if you remember.
Yeah.
I'm
really shocked, but okay.
I mean, we beat you. Why are you shocked?
So I'm guessing you're going to put Liverpool's current team over that 08-09 team.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Third, I probably would put the Liverpool team then.
Okay.
Because obviously, I mean, it's a brilliant team. I mean, I know obviously we finally lost our game, and it's just like it's what it is. I just think the way we've played this season overall, I just think the quality of the team's just been brilliant. I mean, I can't see many. I can barely see any weak links with it. To be fair, other than maybe midfield. Even then, it's quite hard to pinpoint the weakness.
I can't hold this in for long. You're mental.
How am I mental?
George,
Okay,
It's my opinion.
I'm gonna quickly measure these teams up. So, Van der Sar, Alisson.
Alisson's better than
Van der Sar's way better than Alisson.
Get lost.
Right back. Okay, Trent is the better player.
It was your left back.
Right back. Who's that? Our right back of that season?
Yeah, was it Neville?
No, Gary Neville was injured. That's it. It was Wes Brown.
Yeah.
He was better than Wes
Okay,
Brown.
left back.
Obviously.
Left
Neville
back.
didn't play a game.
He did quite, but he was mostly.
That was when he
injured
started to get his
season.
injuries. He started to pile up for him. But go on, left back.
Left back. Evra's miles better than Robertson.
No way.
He's miles better than Robertson.
No way. I'm not having that. But carry on.
He's not even
Carry
in
on.
this league.
Yes, he is.
And,
Easily. But go on. Centre back.
Rio and Vidic.
Van Dijk's, I'd say, better than Vidic. I'd say he's on par with Ferdinand.
What?
Yeah,
Vidic was better than Ferdinand?
No, I don't. What? Vidic's better than Ferdinand?
Yes.
Ferdinand was better than Vidic easily.
No, he was not.
Oh, here we go. He's got
No, he was not.
I'd say Van Dijk's better than Vidic.
Van Dijk and Ferdinand, I'd say they're on par.
Yeah.
I'd say they're on par.
Midfield.
Hang on, Liverpool's other centre. Joe
Gomez is not.
He's got potential.
George.
Potential.
Right,
I'm not. No, I didn't say that. No.
Joe Gomez has not got nowhere
I'm not
near
saying that.
Ferdinand
Shut
and
the
Van
fuck
Dijk.
up.
Ferdinand and Van Dijk.
I didn't say that. I just said.
Let me carry on.
Who's our centre back?
Because Kiki needs to say is, and you need to finish yours. Midfield. The only player that could fit into Man United's midfield
Joe Gomez.
is.
I didn't say that.
You know what?
Listen.
I don't think any of Liverpool's midfield could fit into our midfield.
Okay, the midfield.
Carrick,
Okay.
Scholes. I'm sorry.
Henderson.
Good. Don't you dare.
No.
Jordan Henderson.
No.
George, you're chatting out your arse.
I'm
not.
saying this to the camera now.
No.
Jordan Henderson will always be a Sunderland player in my eyes.
No, he won't.
He's not Premier.
He's about to become Player of the Year. Hear that from me right now.
What? Wait, hang on. Did you say he's not Premier League player?
No, he's not.
He said he still thinks he's a Sunderland player.
He's a Sunderland player in my eyes.
But he's not though.
Right. Okay.
Whatever.
All right. Okay. A quick.
Henderson, I think, is on par with Carrick at least. At least.
I'm about to walk out. I am.
Go on then, you may as well. I'll carry. It's my podcast today.
Like the only player that could fit into my midfield on quality wise, I think, is Wijnaldum.
Hang on, who else was your midfield back then?
For me, I'd say our midfield back then was actually it was
Carrick,
Scholes, and Owen Hargreaves.
Fabinho's better than Owen Hargreaves.
Oh yeah,
sick note. Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about Fabinho.
Yeah.
For me,
Fabinho.
For starting midfield would be
Sick note Hargreaves.
Scholes, Carrick, and Fabinho. Easy.
Okay, but
and
straight
front three.
It's top. Hang on, go on.
Nothing is touching Rooney, Ronaldo, and Tevez. I'm sorry.
It's too tight.
Sorry.
It's too tight to call.
Tevez is on par with Firmino with
Fuck off.
the same things that Firmino does.
I admit Ronaldo. Okay, Ronaldo's obviously better than Mo Salah. There's no contest there.
Way better than Mane.
Rooney's better than Mane. Shut up.
It's tight. It's
Shut
tight.
your
I'm gonna
mouth.
say it's tight. It's tight.
Shut your mouth.
Right, we're gonna.
But carry on
I
with
say
your
it's
teams.
tight, but anyway. Right, next team. I'd say.
I've never been so angry in my life.
I don't know. I'd say I'm debating whether to put either.
You're in your top 2 now.
I know I'm on top, so I'm just trying to piece it together now. I'm going to say the invincible Arsenal team.
Okay.
I mean, obvious reasons. And number 1 will probably be your treble team.
Oh, okay.
I was debating. I didn't know when. I was thinking whether to put Leicester in, but
Man City, 100 points.
well, that could be soiled from financial fair play.
Okay.
If you think about it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But anyway, that was a fun debate.
I never been so
Go on,
angry in
Kingy,
my
you're
life.
up next.
5th.
5th. You're just dead
Fifth.
now.
5th Liverpool's team this year.
Well, they should put it in fair play.
4th Man United team.
Of what year?
2008-9. Actually, no, sorry,
It's
that's not
opinion.
so. Chelsea 2004-5 third. Manchester United. No, sorry, Chelsea 2004. Right, okay. Liverpool.
Let's start again.
Start
Because
again,
you're getting
'cause
confused
Yeah,
there.
start again because I've poorly worded that. Liverpool's 2019-20 team. This season's team 5th. 4th, I'm going to go with Chelsea's 2004-5 team. 3rd, I'm going to go for Manchester United's 2008-9 team. 2nd, I'm going to go for.
I think I know what's going to be your first, but go on.
2nd, I'm going to go for.
What 3rd? Oh yeah, sorry. My fault.
It's a difficult one. I'm going to go. Second, I'm going to go for Man United's treble, and I'm going to go Arsenal.
I knew you were going to go them first. I knew it. I knew you were going to go them first.
Very close, but I just think edged it. I really do.
Oh,
Because if you
Ethan,
look at,
I think Ethan's wounded by
right,
that.
okay. The goalkeeper.
You're
wait.
wounded by that.
99 goalkeeper.
Oh wait, so wait. Oh wait, you mean 0708 team?
All right, either one. 0708.
It's the same team basically. But
All right, okay, either one then. Yeah.
0708. Okay, so Premier League champions, FA Cup champions. We nearly won. The champions. Actually, no, sorry, Champions League. No, yeah, wrong one. So Premier League champions, Champions League champions. We nearly won the FA Cup that season if we didn't lose to Portsmouth.
Portsmouth.
So we could have and we should have won the treble that season.
Yeah, I know.
So you're saying that team, honestly, for me, Bar City's team is one of the best Premier League teams. Full stop. I don't think Arsenal's invincible team. Okay, I know that was unbeaten, but I'm
Jens
I know. I know a lot of people looking up at the Arsenal unbeaten run. Apparently, they drew like 12 games, didn't they?
exactly.
Jens
That's
Lehmann.
terrible form.
Yeah, it's not really.
If we look to the Premier League team now,
Who did Arsenal play that season? No, go back to who did Arsenal play in that season? Who are the teams in that league? Because then you can compare like to
Yeah, but I'll go
other
for some of the
leagues.
players in the Arsenal team. Jens
No,
Lehmann,
hang
good
on.
goalkeeper.
No.
Reyes.
Go for it. Go to Premier League. Go to
Reyes,
seasons in Premier League.
Perez, Bergkamp, Henry.
Reyes.
Jose Reyes, yeah, good player.
Yeah.
He was alright.
rest in peace.
I mean, yeah.
Youngberg.
Where'd you go up? I'm type in Premier League 03-04 season, then you can see who's in that league that year. No, just click on the year. Go on the year. Go up.
See,
Is that the season?
Yeah.
It's not. That's overall. Okay, there you go. That's better. Then you go for the league like table as well. Look for that. So you can see who's in the league that year, and then you can say, oh, they had a good team. They didn't. Where are you going?
I'm actually raging.
Van
God, it's-
Persie as well.
He was 18.
They're the signings. Van
Yeah, no, I'm
Persie.
going to go to the team in a minute.
They're friendlies. You could just go to the league table.
I'm going to the team.
You could literally go for okay. You could just go on the league table. Go on the league table. Right there, you can see it there. very passionate debate, guys. I'm sorry this is taking so long. Right, so you had Wolves, who were crap last season. Leeds, who had no money that season and went down. Leicester, I'm surprised, I don't remember Leicester being in that league.
Man City, where they belong.
That was now, ladies and gentlemen, that was where Man City were when they had no money. So that was the league wasn't that good that year. Charlton was 7th.
Yeah, well, obviously those
I'm a
teams
good
were
team
good
back
then. They were good. Teams like that were good then.
Then compare it to what? So are you trying to compare it to the Invincible season?
Every season before that.
No, but like,
Yeah,
as a team,
okay, what I was about to say. So, Arsenal that season, let's actually look how many...
the league that year was poor. That league that season was poor.
They
say that
drew.
now. 'Cause they drew 12 games.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
They drew
8,
to Leicester, who went down.
9, 10, 11, 12. 12 draws that season.
They drew to Leicester that season.
Link that to the Premier League this season. Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't lose.
I mean, I'm thinking of changing my one now. I don't think the Invincible season should be that high.
Wolves have drawn 12 this season.
We've drawn one game this season and we've lost one game. So I mean, that shows we've had a better season than the Invincibles.
Look at this. Arsenal this season have drawn 13 goals.
More?
I'm sorry. Don't chat to me about this.
I can't. Yeah, I'm actually. You know what? Can I change mine? Because
go on.
After this revelation, I knew they had 12 anyway, but I didn't know it wasn't that interesting. I'll move. I'm thinking of putting Leicester's team in there because of how amazing that was. No, I want to because of like sentimental reasons, not because obviously they were the team wasn't that great, obviously, but for sentimental reasons because of how good that, how amazing that was.
I'm doing on mine on individual team quality.
I think I'm gonna swap them out. I think Leicester's.
So you're taking Arsenal's invincible team out?
You can't take it out completely. Jeez.
I'd have to redo the whole list then.
Quickly do it because we need to finish off in a bit.
A few minutes.
I don't know. I mean, I'll leave it, but I'm gonna leave it as it is. But I'll
tell you what.
It's not. I've been a bit downhearted by that now.
I put Arsenal's third in mine.
So what's gone up then?
0809 and treble winning team first and second.
Okay. I can't believe you haven't put City's team in there, but I do agree with Ben.
I said FFP.
If financial fair play does prove about that City have been cheating, it does tarnish everything that City have done.
It shows that they did cheat to get these titles.
Look at that team Chelsea had 2004-05. Look at the team they had. Check. Good Johnson, Drogba, Makaleli, Lampard, Terry.
Makaleli, man.
Terry. Good Johnson.
Who else do they have on the wing? Like Joe Cole.
Ryan Bertrand was there, wasn't he? Glenn Johnson was there.
Yeah,
imagine.
Look at the team they had. They had a great team. So that's why they got to be in there. They got to go. They put fourth best. They just had a Liverpool's team this year. City's is sixth. But anyway.
We'll, do you want to do the predictions as well? Because just quickly, we've got time. We've got time.
Quick. So I'm gonna rattle mine off.
Don't say we don't do anything for you lot, guys. We love you. We love you so much. We're gonna keep you going with this podcast.
Okay,
come on, boys.
Quick predictions from my side.
Right, Liverpool, Bournemouth.
Draw, win.
3-1. 3-1. I've said.
I think Bournemouth are gonna
win for Liverpool.
Did Bournemouth will win?
Yeah.
What? No way.
Okay, mate. All right, calm it down. Pipe down, Ethan.
Wolves, easy.
Wolves.
Draw.
Draw.
Yes. Wolves.
1-1.
Okay. West Ham, Arsenal.
Arsenal
draw. Yeah, I agree.
Arsenal 2-1.
Southampton, Newcastle
0-0. Ball draw.
Southampton 2-0.
I'm gonna say.
Newcastle win for me.
No.
I don't think Southampton will win.
I think Newcastle might edge it.
No, Southampton 2-0.
Newcastle edge.
Sheffield, Norwich City. You know what? I think
Sheffield United win.
I think Norwich City will win it.
Sheffield United win for me.
Ethan, they're not going to beat Sheffield United away. Not many
we'll
teams
see.
have done
We'll see.
that.
Sorry, prediction.
It's predictions.
Palace, Watford away.
Watford, yeah.
Draw.
Burnley versus Tottenham. Draw.
You know what? Burnley, I'm going to say.
I think Tottenham might beat Burnley, even though their attack's not great. I think
Chelsea, Everton. You know what? I think Chelsea are poor.
I think Everton will win.
I think Everton will win that.
Draw.
United City, good God.
I think City will win that.
I think United will just edge it.
City 3-1. City 3-1.
And the Monday night football match of Leicester Villa, that'll be
2-0.
I'm going to say draw, that one. draw.
Leicester.
Do you what? Do you actually look at the Premier League table? Villa are no good.
Yeah.
They're not going to be.
They didn't do badly against City in the cup. To be fair,
Villa are poor.
they've got something. I think they'll stay up. I think they'll stay up.
Sorry, my bad. To be fair, because Leicester lost to Norwich, so they could. Norwich. So Villa could get something. It's just so unpredictable. Honestly, if you take the top 2 teams out, you can't predict any other games because anything could happen.
Because everyone's so inconsistent.
Exactly. Anyway, yes.
That was a fun podcast, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. So that's the end of the podcast for today.
I want everyone.
Go on.
To,
in the podcast, let us know what teams whenever you were born, because obviously it'll be different for certain people. What will be your teams of your generation?
Let
us know. Let us know in the comments below.
Share it to everyone you know.
Right, so
if you know anyone famous, share it to them so we can make the podcast big.
It's a goodbye from Stormzy. Say bye, Stormzy. You done now. You done now.
See you guys.
And it's goodbye from I don't know what you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Kingstar. I don't remember. Goodbye everyone.
Rolls it square towards Matip. Up to Mane, mistake, Mane into the area, great still, Henderson's in the box, Henderson, save the
City celebrating, the party really is just getting started, I've had to wait